Hey there.
How you doing?
Good. You boys here for business or pleasure?
Just going fishing.
Good time, and you'll be up to your tits in the walleye. I caught one last week with 7 kilograms.
Is that big?
Is that big? That's like 9 decimeters from tip to tail. You a jigger man?
What'd you call me?
Well, I like to use the jigger rod for when I'm catching the walleye. But of course, when you're doing that, you gotta run extra light. Unless you're someone like you there in the back. What are you, a bodybuilder?
No.
What do you bench? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want you to embarrass me. But I would like 2 tickets to your gun show.
Okay.
You guys are good to go. So we're ready to hold you up. Let him go!
All right, everybody, welcome back to another week of Muskies on Tap. Welcome to episode number 165. It is one of your co-hosts. He's back. Gus Manty, myself. I'm here. I exist. I'm alive. And we somehow, Brian and Max held down the fort. Appreciate it, fellas. Really appreciate it. Yeah, first couple pods I've listened to myself back in a long time. You guys did great. No notes. No notes. Did very well. So, I'm excited to be back on here. It feels really good to be back on the mic. Been on the water a lot, as Brian and Max have said, guiding a lot. And but we're back and we're getting ready for our trip to Canada, which we're going to do a little deep dive here. We're going to bring up the map, the fellas. We all got some spots on our top 3 we want to check out. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second, but let's introduce everybody else here on the call. None other than, well, I saw both of you actually semi-recently, but we got Brian. I saw you the other weekend. We were both in rare form, had a little fun. If you saw me at Mile, no, you didn't. So how you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good. I checked off kind of the last thing on my list of things to do before I can get into Canadian mode, and that was being in Denver last week for a few days for work. First time in Colorado. Was outside of the hotel office, restaurants to see some of the city for like maybe the Uber drive to the airport. So I don't have much of an experience, can't really attest to kind of what Colorado has to offer. Um, vodka sodas are vodka sodas out there. It's about all the experience I got. But
You gotta be
yeah,
careful at the altitude.
yeah. I don't know. Is that a thing? I totally forgot I was
Did
at
you drink
altitude
water?
until we were going home, like to the airport. I was like, oh shit. But no, the hangover felt the same the next day. Was never low on
Crazy.
oxygen, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, we were in a nice little side of the southeast side of the city. Very pleasant, really cool area. Kind of felt like a Madison, Wisconsin-y kind of borough to the city, and felt nice and clean. A lot of stuff to do. So
Is that
I've
Cherry
heard
Creek area, Max?
that's it. Yeah, Cherry Creek.
Nice.
Yeah,
I remember
Yeah,
that.
cool area. Didn't go downtown.
you saw the good side.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, looking forward to going back someday. We'll see. And then yeah, this week, and actually you guys will be very happy to hear this. Last night, I just got an itch to start throwing shit in a bag, and I started packing.
Wow.
Earliest
Kid's
I've ever packed
excited. Real
That's
excited
wild.
here.
in my life. So we're getting a jump on it. I figure that way maybe I won't forget anything crucial as I keep thinking through what I'll need to bring. So getting fired up here. Max, I know you've been on our weather watch now for a few weeks. You've been stoked now for a while trying to get through this work week. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, hanging in there. Yeah, it was it was a good weekend, first and foremost, I should say. Shout out our dad, happy 65th birthday. Went up north,
Shout
surprised
out.
him,
Ah,
which was actually quite fun. We went up incognito mode Thursday night as they were coming in for their pontoon ride. We were down there standing on the dock, so um
That's pretty
went
sweet.
up with my
nice.
fiance. Yeah, so we had a good time, just kind of hanging out in the North Woods. Gus got to hang out with you a couple nights after you got done guiding, which was good. Started to, talk about the Canada trip. Wouldn't say there was much game planning going on. What we're doing tonight is actually, I'm kind of excited about it, and I don't. There's really not other times where we could really do this. So we're pretty much going to be breaking down, well, not like breaking down the Lake of Wabigoon, but just kind of showing how we're going to go about, kind of picking our first couple spots. I would say like one of the most common questions we get on Q&A is like, when you get to a new lake, like what are you going to first, or how are you breaking down new water? Um, so we're going into this with like a complete clean slate. We have not been told of any areas of the lake to go to, no spots to go to. So this is all kind of like coming from a very clean slate. Brian, Gus, and I have not talked about spots at all quite yet. We've all been staring at our Navionics maps, kind of saving it for this podcast. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any, overlap between the three of us on the spots that we are picking in this big 50,000 acre lake, or if we're going to completely be, all three of us be different and kind of how we're going to go about that when we start our trip. But yeah, I'm really fired up to do this. Hopefully, people that go up and fish Wabigoon don't get mad at us that we're spot burning, because we'd have
We're
no
just
clue if
guessing. We're
we
just
have no
guessing.
clue if there's muskies on these
At
spots. And
the end of
yeah,
the trip, if we catch on them, y'all won't know. Yeah, we won't be
you know,
we won't be
and
saying.
obviously with Navionics, like you're not really able to see, satellite, you can kind of see a little bit better with like weed beds and stuff. But we're kind of just going off of like general areas. We're going to show some spots. So Gus is actually going to bring up a screen share of the lake map, Navionics lake map of Wabigoon. If you're tuning into this and you're like driving in your car, or you're going for a workout or whatever, and you're listening to this, I'd highly, highly recommend to turn it on to YouTube, just because I think it's going to be a little bit more beneficial to watch this one. But we'll try to be as descriptive as we possibly can. If you're not able to do that and decide to listen, hopefully it's not super, super shitty if it's just audio. But yeah, man, I'm getting very fired up. Gus, I don't know if you want to talk about your kind of recent guiding trips and how the bite's been in the Northwoods, or if you just want to get right into this Wabigoon thing. But yeah, oh, speaking of which, boys, Brian. I've also started to kind of get some packing things going. I did make a run at Thorn Bros. I got you guys a little goodie bag,
Damn.
so I'm
Hey,
gonna
check it,
keep
check it,
that
check it.
keep that under wraps until I meet up with you guys on Friday evening. But yeah, we're locked and loaded over here. I'm pumped. You guys better make sure you keep those passports on lockdown until Friday night,
Oh boy.
and get some good sleep.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be. I mean, we'll see how much I sleep this week. Hopefully, like an absolute rock, and I can get that taken care of as we, maybe do a little not sleeping at the beginning of our trip to make the drive down across the border and do all that good stuff. But no, I mean, yeah, yeah, yes. I think I'll talk about the bite just a little bit up here in the Northwoods. Max, you got to take a few casts this past weekend. Um, Weather's kind of got little toasty-ish again. Our water temps have gone kind of up and down. Lakes are really starting to bloom now. We just got these flat, calm, sunny days, and they're just starting to glow green a little bit. All the ones that do that. So I've been hitting those on and off, and those have been just a straight rubber and blade bite. On the cleaner lakes, I've been fishing a lot more rocks. I mean, rubber's just been too good. I mean, the last few weeks, that's getting majority of the bites. If you're fishing low light, can't beat a bucktail right now. I would have said top water a little while ago, but then she went cold on me. But still hearing of a few good ones, very good ones being caught on top water. So can't shy away from that. But overall, I mean, I don't know if anybody else will share this sentiment at all, but it's been a 2 week period of not only guiding very hard, but we have had a lot of nipping fish. We've lost a shit pile of fish. Whenever I like texted Max or Brian or some of my other buddies, some of the numbers we did on the days, they're like, "Whoa, what the hell is going on there?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know. I don't know. Like, we're losing fish that we should have had, or we're losing fish that we did everything right, everything wrong, like everything. Like it didn't make any sense. Fish destroying baits and still coming off. And I mean, I got sharp hooks. I'm running good BKKs. I'm running good owners, sharp mustads, just all the good stuff. I don't know, but that's been going on quite a bit. Fish are like I don't know. We're joking around. It's like this time of the season, it's like I think like most of the fish have been caught by now, so they're all just a little weary. Every single fish and every single egg has just been caught already. Now they're no, I'm just kidding, but it feels like that. Fish seem like they're smart. We're kind of on that like midsummer doldrums, teetering on the brink of any cold front goes, and they should just fire up. There's probably going to be a cold front or two that might slow the bite down a little bit because some of this heat isn't terrible on the fish biting. But if you're fishing the dirty water, you are going to have like 0 to 2 follows in a given day, no joke. And typically, if they do follow, they are going to try and demolish whatever is at the end of your line because that's why they move in the dirty water. It seems like they don't move until they really, really need to move on a bait. Whereas in clear water, you're getting a little bit more follows, a little bit more lazy follows and whatnot. So just kind of, be aware of that. Fish spots slower in the dirty water, especially if you know there's bait there and you know there's fish there. Refish spots. We're plenty of days we go out there and hit the spot either an hour later or 5 hours later and have success. So, um, Fisher Wolfpack up, but no, still been landing some good ones in the net. Since I was last on the podcast, but yeah, a lot of heartbreaks. Um, but hey, that's musky fishing. You hook some, you're gonna lose some. So I hope we kind of switch that up going into Wabigoon, start pinning a few more, getting the reps in, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Brian, do you what's or Max any update on the weather? I know we saw was it the coldest day was the first day we're there.
That's what it
Like
looks like.
upper 60s is the high. Otherwise, most of the time we're looking at 70s, some rain on and off, some moderate winds. Brian
Yeah.
apparently saying what, gale?
Yeah,
Gale.
potential volatility for gale force winds near the end of the week. But no, the first day we get in on Saturday is like looks like to be the coldest day, which is like a 7-degree cold swing. Looks like some light rain on Saturday, and then the rest of the week looks pretty consistent around highs of 75, lows of 55, partly cloudy pretty much every day. So we'll see know the whole wind thing. I saw two of the days I think said 5 or 10 to 15 mile an hour wind, which I'm thinking on a big ass body of water. That's probably that's when we're looking at gale. So something to keep monitoring, but I don't know. It looks pretty
Hmm.
favorable.
We're always
I hope
monitoring.
I
We're
hope Gale's
always
pretty
monitoring.
looking. I
I
hope
don't
Gale's
even want
pretty
to.
looking. We get through it.
I don't know if I want to admit how many times I've refreshed the Weather Underground app for Dryden,
Dot.
Ontario over the past 2 days, just making sure,
Uh,
we're not going to get blindsided by anything. But yeah, no, it looks like
I
it's going to be a wet one too. I mean, it's going to rain a good bit.
sure.
I think every day is
yeah,
like 30% to
Hey,
the
40%.
rain's gone up. Yeah.
hey, I'll see this. I'll say this here. After listening to our previous pods by you fellas, I hope there's no storm up there where we get your good buddy, what's his nuts, to start driving up there to do his little filming and a little Facebook thing,
Oh,
whatever that guy's name
Oh,
is.
God,
Reed,
I'm
Reed
Reed
Timmer.
Timmer. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
no,
don't
I
need
know.
no Timmer.
We don't
We
want to read
don't
Timmer
want
sighting
Timmer's in
in
town. We are
Wabigoon.
screwed.
that
Yeah,
screwed
you
because
see
that
that
boy,
guy's
that boy's
truck
hot on
coming
the
down the
spot.
road.
Oh
Yeah, you
yeah.
see that guy's truck in your town.
Run.
Evacuate.
The
He ain't helping.
Timmermobile.
All right,
No,
Gus,
no.
why don't you pull up this
Let
big,
me.
beautiful lake and we'll get to cooking here.
Hmm.
I,
Yeah,
I
let's get to cooking.
I do think, just maybe a forewarning. If anyone's looking for some cheat codes here on how to break down a lake, I think you'll be a little bit surprised at how random this process goes. And this is kind of how we've done it forever, Vermilion trips, PMTT stuff. I think back to Vermilion Gus, the first time we went up there, we're staring at a lake map in
Mm.
February, going there in mid-August. It's just kind of throwing stuff at the wall. I think
Yeah.
a lot more will kind of come together when we're actually boat on the water. But
Yeah, so much of it is being able to check shit off the list and be like, nope, 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 no weeds here, no fish here, move on to the next. So I mean, Navionics doesn't tell you if there's a plush weed bed there, so we're all kind of
No.
assuming some vegetation.
All right, so who is going to start us off here with spot number one? What kind of order do you guys want to go here?
Should we do like back and forth a little bit, like maybe a snake draft or
Spot
something similar?
draft. Yeah.
Yeah, I nominate Brian for the first pick. Gus,
Whew.
I think you should go third. You know, as the guy
Yeah.
with the keen eye, I think just maybe let Brian and I
I well,
the rocker a little
to be
bit, and
honest,
then
yeah, that's fine with me, but I'll say this as a little disclaimer. My spots are not, I mean, we're gonna be going to a billion spots. I know it. We're just gonna be driving around and be like, ooh, that's an
yeah,
island. Ooh, that's an island.
Look
Like,
at
ooh,
that.
yeah, look, come on. Look at those lily
What are you
pads. Look at
supposed
that
to do?
cabbage coming up. My three spots are basically the same three, just on different. I'll just say, same style, just different sides of the lake. I went
all
kind
right.
of plain
All
Jane,
right,
but
all right.
I got a feeling they're gonna smoke a good one. I hope.
Um, yeah, I mean, I can start us off with the first pick, and
Where we going, Brian?
there was a few different kind of thoughts in my head when I was going through here. I wanted to find a spot close to camp, close to home base, that's easily
Okay,
accessible, right? That I know that we're gonna hit because it's maybe the
right.
last spot of the day or the first spot of the day, whatever it may be. So I want you to zoom in there to camp. You got it
That's
highlighted,
yep.
and
This is
I
Bonny Bay.
just want you to go to the next prominent bay east.
Uh-huh.
Thunder
The
Creek,
whole
baby. Thunder Creek.
okay,
Zoom
okay.
in there.
Yeah,
You
we
got
got
an
a creek.
island, some shallow
Okay.
water. You got water flowing in or out. Guess I'm not too sure.
That's the things we don't know.
Looks
That's
like
that's
out,
unfortunately
but I
what we
could be
don't know.
wrong.
So you picked one with a creek that goes into the neighbor lake, Thunder Lake, which looks clear, looks gin clear.
Does
So
look
we might
clear,
get
yes.
So
maybe
Brian,
some.
where are we starting and stopping on this spot? Or is this a
I think
general
this is I don't think this is a huge spot. So like this is like your typical start us on that west point and we're
Okay,
rolling around, we're fan casting island to
want to go
shore
this?
around the inside loop. I mean, really, first you're dipping your head in there to find weeds. If it's absolutely dead, bam, check it off and we're moving on.
Okay,
Hmm.
so I'm seeing on satellite here. This does not show it, but see where my cursor is right here.
Yeah,
There, past the island, there's like a big,
I
some
do
sort of
see
prominent
that
bump
now.
out there, and then on this side, there's another big bump out here, so it must pinch together.
Yeah.
And I don't know what depth the weeds go out, but
I mean, you're
right
gonna have
up
some
here,
current circulating, so that's always good.
nothing better than just the dead center of a bay. I don't know how I've fished a billion bays, and a dead center of it always
Kind of that
is
light
a good
blue
spot. I
line.
like it.
I like.
Yeah, I got the highlight out
Nice.
to 10 feet. I don't know if weeds grow out to 10 feet out there. It's dark water, but um, yeah, right there. Brian's first pick. All right, pick is in.
A little close to home spot. Quick hitter.
Gus, real quick, you're not gonna have to go far for my first pick here.
What are we
So
talking, big
we
dog?
actually
What are we
might be
talking?
building a little bit of a quick little tournament,
Oh
some
boy.
tournament quick hitters here. So I'm gonna have you zoom in on Christie Island there, just to the south
Oh yeah.
of the Thunder Bay, as we'll call it, and you're gonna see
Okay.
on the east side of Christie Island, there's an island in the middle of that saddle, kind of a saddle between two kind of bays there. Um, what I like about this spot here is Christie Island, at least visually to me, is like looks like probably the second or third biggest island on Wabigoon. And then you kind of have this like really predominant island that you know hangs off of it, and it's also surrounded by shallower water. So to me, it kind of just looks like a little bit of a just kind of a fish hangout spot, like where they're kind of coming up, from some of those I don't know how much they utilize open water out there, but kind of coming up from the bays to the south and the north of it, posting up on that island. There's a nice little
Hmm.
point that actually comes off of that island. You can see it pretty good on my Navionics, a little bit better. That actually connects with the shore there on the east side of that island. Yep, just along that. Um,
I like it.
would
Again, I
assume
mean,
there might
it's
be some water moving through that. I mean, there's been kind of
Maybe
some.
natural current, maybe wind current.
Yeah, it's been predominantly like a west to northwest and southwest wind, so you're gonna have a bunch of wind smashing into that shoreline there, and it's gonna be kind of, reverberating off those banks and kind of pushing back out to that small island. So I like it. I think it's gonna be a spot that's gonna hold a fish, and definitely think it'll be worth checking out.
Gus, can you
Hey,
go to the
we've
satellite
heard
view
about
of the
we've heard
general
about
area?
saddle muskies. Those are things, right? All
Yeah.
right, you guys see me changing? Does that work and everything?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
We
It's hard to
are.
tell distance between these spots, but in my head, I would think you could almost just never take the trolling motor up and just keep fishing it all the way through.
Yeah, you'll see on the satellite view if it loads, it's certainly got some shallowness to it on that east side of that tip.
Yep.
Um, and
Might choke out.
honestly, if there's any sort of weeds in that Cup Bay to the west off of Christie's Island, that might be a quick spot to hit as well. Just kind of a predominant cut in that island. There's one obviously just there to the west of the small island that I pointed out, and then one on the north side of Christie Island as well. That might be some spots to check out.
Hmm.
I dig it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is going to boil down to like where the weeds are. Like you said, we don't know what depth they go out to, and we don't know based on Navionics like if they have weeds. Because even some of the, with the bloomed water and looking on satellite, it's honestly even kind of hard to tell. But seeing some sand off of the shore there, like that's nice. I kind of dig it. I like that area. Let's see here. I got to go back to. All right, Brian, want
See
to
what
give me
you've
a
been
little
cooking up.
NFL pick is in. The do do
Oh.
do.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where are we going? Where are we going? So, um, my picks, because I heard that they like weeds on Wabigoon, and whenever I've fished weeds on a lake, weeds are in bays. So all three of my picks are bays. And that's what I know, no diversity, but pick number one is up here in the north end. I immediately was drawn to Wabigoon's north end bays. It looks like you could just fish those for a long time, but I wanted to choose one up here. And this little point stuck out to me, Woods Point. It's got this like big sharp edge out to deep water right here. And it's basically this bay here. It just seemed like it had a little character to it. It had the most shallow water kind of kicking out into the bay in this area. It's calling for a shallow rock. It's giving me a shallow symbol on Navionics. There's going to be some dirt shallow water, so we're going to try some slop fishing in there. And honestly, it's looking like a point to point horseshoe. Just like run it, check it out, maybe side image the outer edge, see what that is. Take a peek on the way inside. Looks like there might be some docks. I think there's a bunch of houses on the Goon up here on the North Shoreline. So that is pick number one. Especially, I'm looking at this. I'm just digging the way that a lot of these bays. Look, this one's super exposed, really exposed. This one's got a lot of curl to it. So I think there's going to be a lot of weird wind stuff going on here. How the wind goes in there and creates some form of its own current in there. And I think it could be
Little Eddie
if it's
back
got
in
good.
there.
But I'm banking on good weeds right there, to be honest. Like if it's got good weeds, we're in business. If it doesn't, then it sucks. So it's kind of a boomer bust on my 1-1 pick.
Nice.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, you're not too far from the little communal golf course there, right
Okay.
Saw that
right
on
west of
satellite.
that.
Sure, sure.
Golf course fish? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm looking at I don't have it pulled up immediately. Yeah, it just looks like a pretty normal bay.
What I'll be curious to see
Satellite.
when I was looking through these spots on Navionics and on satellite is we're clear up on kind of the northeast side of the main body of Wabigoon. And to travel all the way to the west side of the lake, I mean, there's a million islands you're kind of weaving in and out of. You're going through like big, vast open water portions. So if the wind does kick up, like we're not going to want to make that run. So I don't know. Maybe that's part of the game plan though, is picking when to make the big runs. If we have a calm day, get out and take advantage of it, and then stick closer to home when it's windy. But I just had one spot kind of on the west side of the lake. I know you said a
Okay.
lot of years were over there. It is down on the south side. If you
This that I'm
go,
circling or no?
so if you go to your right, down down to your right, there's like that bigger prominent bay. Go up a little bit to your right.
This guy? Oh no. Oh. This
Zoom
like
in along
area?
the main shore. Yep. And then if you go along the right to the right of that on that shoreline,
Uh-huh.
keep going. Right there. Zoom in on that finger to your left.
Yeah, yeah.
To your left, right there.
This guy.
Shoreline with a lot of character and a lot of kind of secondary humps farther out. Kind of a backdoor spot if we're like, holy shit, we can't find weeds. There's nothing in the weeds to check out a lot of this more wild structure on the south side. Navionics seems to think there's a lot of it, like a cast length offshore along this whole shoreline, along with a ton of islands.
Hmm.
So I'm curious to kind of see what that all looks like.
Yeah, I'm seeing like a hazard rock on a bar that tops out at 14 and a hazard symbol on a bar that tops out at 19. So, um, we're gonna have to be careful going into that one. That one sounds that sounds fun.
That whole shore from that little bay due east and the islands to the west
Yeah.
there, that whole stretch looks pretty wild.
A lot of
Especially on
hazard
satellite.
symbols.
If you zoom in there on satellite, it looks pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it on my phone here
If I
as
saw a
well.
hazard symbol, I was like, all right, now we're talking. Zoom in here a little bit.
Right, right. Um, all right, Max. Pick
Gus,
number two. What are we
I'm
looking
gonna
at
ha
here?
I'm gonna have you just go right back up to Christie's Island and
Whoa,
Oh boy.
yeah.
guy's in love with the spot.
Who's Christy?
Yeah. So, all right. There's a couple different things around here. I know this isn't one pick, but okay,
Whoa.
so there in my Navionics, it doesn't really show the kind of main river channel that yours does.
Okay.
But if you look between like the two, yeah, just kind of that pinch point, like there's a pretty
Right here.
predominant, yeah, skinnier water area there. Yep, right in there. If you zoom in on that. Um, to me, there seems, at least on my mapping, that there's a little bit more shallow water. Um, and there's kind
Here
of some
or
deep, no, just like on the north and south, but like there's a pretty fairly deep trench that runs through the middle there. And then there's all these kind of like different little structure pieces, like the island just to the northwest of that where it says Wabigoon Lake. That kind of like tip out just a little bit even to the east of that. I mean, any of those too, like honestly, anything that kind of touches that main like river channel that kind of runs through here, like yeah, any of that stuff out in the middle there where you got kind of like some deeper water.
If you go to satellite, guys, it shows up pretty well. Mason and Nora Island.
okay. Um,
Yeah, I don't know how well you can see it on mine,
If you
but
scroll
is
down to those two small islands, guys, go south a little bit.
yeah. Hopefully,
Those two, Mason Island, I think that's kind of where he's talking.
I gotcha.
yeah, anything just down there where it kind of opens up into the main lake. So you kind of have this like
Little
secondary
funnel.
smaller area before you get into the river channel to Norwick, and then this kind of opens up into the main lake. So it's kind of the first spots as you start kind of heading out into like the main areas. So anything like right there on those pinch points, anything that touches that kind of river channel, there's in my map at least there's some like super shallow rocks it looks like that are really close to like 30 feet of water. So, on my Navionics,
Mm,
it'll be 3 to 4 feet off some of these islands, and then it looks like maybe 50 feet away, it's like 30 feet of water. So just
yeah.
anything that's kind of close to that that main river channel that gets down to like 30 feet. And our Navionics obviously could be wrong. It could get deeper, it could not be deeper. Um, but as you can kind of see, like if you can see my screen there.
Yeah, we can. Hopefully, we've never done the
Oh,
screen sharing for YouTube, but
yeah.
I'm seeing that. Yeah, that's why I'm hoping if you're listening, you go to YouTube or should be on Spotify too.
But, there's like for a long time, whether, this isn't, I don't think of like would be considered a flowage, but like, when we were kind of working through the Chippewa flowage, like a big body of water with kind of a main river system, it seemed like we saw some fish off of that like main river channel and super shallow stuff that was like touching, almost touching that main river channel.
Yep, those are definitely spots, and I think we're doing like a healthy combination here because I'm 100% taking the bays, like the dead opposite, kind of like the out of the uh out of the main islands, which I'm gonna be to be honest, why I didn't really pick an island complex for any of my threes. I feel like there's just so freaking many. Like,
Yeah,
what do
you
you
wouldn't know where
choose
to
until you
begin.
see them? Until you
Yeah.
see them, it's just like I don't even know how to pick one that you'd know. I mean, there's some
Go
that had
driving
some.
around all of them, I guess.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can't wait. Um, okay, so Brian, yeah, okay, you guys each got your pick number two. My pick number three, not far from me, Brian. We're getting down here on this south end. I saw this bay with just
Mm.
this little creek inlet and a lot of character. I mean,
Oh
we're
yeah,
talking
that
some
point.
really nice structure on this island. A lot going on here. All these little saddles between them. I mean, there's a bunch. Hopefully, they're drive
How did
overable.
I
Another
miss
little
that?
island there.
I
This is
And
know.
then just a
cherry.
mega bay with more hazards. Hopefully, some good weeds and some different colored water or moving water.
Hmm.
Especially, so that's I picked those to have kind of a polar opposite. We got a north bay and we got a south bay, one that's south facing, one that's north facing. So that's kind of my pick there. I'll show, I think, on satellite. And again, hopefully this all works when I go when I move around on this for on my end. You guys sound a little scratchy, but that's all right. I think it'll. Here we go.
Should come through.
Mm.
We'll
Hmm.
let that kind of load for a
Hmm.
second.
Look
That's
at all
so
those other like secondary bays to the west.
What's that?
yeah,
All
those short,
those
those small little three, the little fingers.
small little bays too to the west there.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I'm going back in avionics for that. I just don't want it to. I don't want audio to come through like crazy bad. But to which way did you guys say?
Just the small
Oh,
fingers
the
in the
little,
bay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in there. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, I mean that's all good stuff. That area, that's my number two. That's my number two. So,
Nice.
Brian, third one.
We're gonna do a little bit of traveling for this one. We're gonna head all the way
Oh
east
boy.
into Norwich. A big expedition here. We're gonna go through this river channel.
Hey, you paying for
Believe me,
bill
I
gas or
wanted to
what's going
stop in
on
the
here?
river, but I
I
did.
was
Uh,
okay, okay.
so if you look there, kind of in the main body, there's three long, skinny islands side by side, and there's a word that says hazard. I want you to
This
zoom
guy
in
or
there.
up
Yeah,
here?
no, no, go back to where you were.
Oh,
Zoom in on the word hazard. Nope, go back. You were just on it. Your cursor was just on
dog.
it.
Oh, here?
Just north of that. The next bay north. Right. Zoom into there.
We're talking this little?
Yep, yep. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
oh
Zoom in
yeah.
there. You got that point. You got the point there on the
Come
on the west
on.
side into that nice nipple there in the middle. I mean, we're talking
This looks like,
serious
You still
I mean,
talking
structure.
what
Boy
what are we
Lakes?
thinking this looks like right here?
Dear Lord.
Golly.
God
That
damn,
spot
son.
needs to be shown on satellite, unfortunately, because there's something weird going on over there.
Sure, sure.
And I think it's important for the people to see the change in water color into Norwich. It looks like a coffee colored lake as opposed to the green, bloomy Wabigoon color.
All right, hold your horses here. Yeah, what? Okay, I
Just
see what you're
black.
saying
So
now.
yeah, there's weird show like on Navionics it shows that's water, but that's not. But I
Sure.
think coming off that, I'd be curious what's going on around that point.
I like it. Totally different watercolor, I think. I mean, we'll see.
It looks like black tea. If it's a
Yeah.
clear black tea, that'd be pretty cool.
It looks like there's, if you zoom in, you don't have to, Gus, but it looks like on that point, Brian, there's some exposed rock with weeds around it. So good call.
Shut up. Where are you seeing that?
I zoom in
Navionics?
super hard on my Google Maps.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
just looking
These
from the
bays
moon.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
The
love it.
Nordic looks very cool. Definitely more remote too. So hopefully we can bomb the boat over there one morning and spend the day over there.
I think we'll probably end up spending an entire day in Norwich.
Yeah.
Gotta try it. I mean,
Gotta.
just another playground. Try some different clarity stuff or
Hmm.
whatnot until we find something we really like, and then we can go off that, you
Yeah.
know. Um, I like it. I really like what you picked over there. Still out in the main body, just tucked away enough. You can get a little bit of everything.
Hmm.
I like it. I like it.
And
So
I will
good.
say, if you just, I don't know if you're gonna hit on that river channel, but that's gonna be very interesting to kind of sort through when we boat through it. So you also have that pretty major feeder creek that pours into that curve there.
Oops, oops, oops. Good Lord. I got
Oh,
you.
all right,
I dig
Gus.
it.
Why don't you just hang out,
Uh,
start heading?
oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
it's right smack dab in the middle of the lake of Wabigoon. Just head a little bit more
Okay,
west.
okay, okay.
You
What are we
guys
looking
didn't
at
want
here?
to. You guys didn't want to pick any islands out in the middle of the lake. Well, guess what? You know.
I
Yeah, I
got
So
did.
I want you to zoom in there on the Big Daddy Island,
Big
Copeland.
Daddy.
Copeland Island. I want you to hang out to the west side of that island.
Mm,
To me, this might be one of those spots that some people laugh at when they're listening to this that have fished Wabigoon. It feels a little community, pretty
gotta be.
obvious. Like it's just your eyes kind of get drawn right to it when you're looking at the Wabigoon just because it's the biggest island. But yeah, you got it, Gus. You nailed it. See right there, that little extension off the main island. There's about three other islands that kind of extend off of that to a huge point that dumps into what I could tell is some of the deepest water in the entire lake. There's some cut bays in there, like right where you had your cursor prior. Um, yeah, kind of more to your left. Yeah, right in there. Yep, that cut bay. There is some water that moves through that. It doesn't show there on Navionics, but it's not all
Oh
connected.
yeah.
So there's a bunch of other different saddles and stuff that's kind of going on there. It looks like there's certainly weeds there just from looking at the satellite view. You can kind of see the clarity change. And yeah, it just feels like a big fish spot to me, I think. Looking at it, might be one of those spots to try to hit early in the morning before the wind picks up and just kind of see if there's anything hanging out there or, right at last light, maybe if we're making our way back towards camp, if we spend some time south.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, other than like getting out into the main lake, what I am excited about these big bodies of water, kind of wherever in Canada, is that you can. I feel like you can always get out of the wind, even if it's on the backsides of these main islands, or you just pick a whole side of the lake, and you can't go wrong if there's a giant south wind, and we got to tuck away on the south here. But that does feel like, yeah, you're kind of like creme de la creme, cherries of like any island you pick. This whole thing, it's like
Hmm.
that's got the most. This side doesn't look too bad there. I mean, again, like there's one with the little saddle that doesn't look too bad. We'll probably end up checking out, and I like it. I like it a lot. I like everything.
Yeah,
I mean, you point to
that's
something in here, and unless you're just like, all right, here's our open water spot that, well, yeah, unless you do that, I mean, I'm gonna like it a lot. So, um, all right, does that bring it to the final pick here?
for you. Yeah.
None of y'all stole my last one. We are, oh boy, we're gonna roll into
Oh
this
boy.
bay. And we're going as far back as you can get, way back into the boonies of this bay to the south here, and just get just get way back there and just see what's going on.
I
You
like the
got a little
sound of that.
island, a little bit of character there too. It's not just boring. Navionics, it looks like they just kind of got into this bay and just kind of stopped trying, got to about here and they're like, yeah, yeah, that sounds about good for, sub 10 feet. So I like that. I like a little auto chart action, find our sweet spot. So another bay way tucked away. If we can get to it and the wind's not too bad going across the lake, another area for us to check out and probably spend a good chunk of a day and even just a lake or a bay that size down there. So,
Right.
That's like almost as far of a drive as the Norwich, just in the opposite direction. So that'll be an absolute haul too. But
It
there's
looks
a
tricky to get to as well, going
yeah,
through
you're
all those
just dodging
islands.
missiles.
we're good. We're good.
There's a lot of little smaller lakes connected to the main system that look pretty gettable through like smaller channels. So we'll see how
Yeah.
explory we want to
This
be.
it's a freaking chain. Like it's not just Wabigoon. There's
Yeah,
freaking lakes all over. I mean, it's Canada. Everything's like connected up there.
yeah.
So if it's connected by water, fish have fins. So chances are pretty high there in every single one of these they're connected. Just
What's how does do you know how Navionics calculates or gets this chart? Because like we've seen it in the North Woods, you might pull up to a spot and be like, wow, this does not look
mm,
anything like the map. So what's our confidence meter with these spots being fairly accurate?
pretty low.
Yeah. So a lot
Yeah,
of it
not.
literally is just driving over the spot and being like, all
I
right,
mean, look at
drop
this. They
drone
just
on
got
there.
freaking rock hazards all over the place on this one. Just out. I mean, the fact
25
that
feet.
they have rock hazards out to 17 feet of a hump that says the top's out at 17 feet. It's a little
Yeah.
concerning.
Yeah.
Every time, I mean, yeah, it's concerning,
I
but
mean,
I
the
think we'll be
craziest
fine.
thing I saw was back at that main river channel, that little feeder creek. It says it gets down to like 80 feet in the middle of it,
What?
which is pretty hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Zoom in there, that little black dot just north of you.
20 feet.
No, no, up to your right, the smaller creek.
Oh, gee.
Shout out
Well, I was gonna say, look,
Navionics.
dude, does that say 84,
hmm
75,
Wow. Bring the
83?
scopes.
Grandpa's old fishing hole, yeah.
I can't wait. Fish in a barrel, fish in a barrel. Oh,
Um,
that's hilarious.
So I mean, I think you've maybe talked to a person or two that's either been to Wabigoon or maybe been there, I don't know how recent, this year, last year, but from what you've heard from people, which I don't think's a ton, we haven't gotten a ton of pointers,
No,
but what's
zero
kind of,
spots.
no, not in terms of spots, but in terms of what are your like first three baits you're going to be throwing? Because I feel like we're going to kind of dumb it down for Canada and just see if we can get some reactionary bites.
So one of mine is 100% gonna be well, I kind of want to pick, let's see here. I mean, one's gonna be a bucktail, one's gonna be a topwater. I gotta think of like my third on maybe. I gotta pick something that's just a little bit. Oh, I have my three. You guys got something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Snake
All right.
draft.
Snake
Snake
draft.
draft. All right. I'll run number one here.
It's
Um,
crazy.
it is going to be a Huntsy tail shocker, and it's gonna be that prototype shocker.
Mine?
Gonna do something. No, not the proto color, the actual proto bait.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's gonna wreak havoc. So,
Speaking of Hunzi, he's got a goodie box en route to my apartment that I'll be bringing up to Canada with me. Some proto
mm,
colors, and I think he said a couple treats for you guys. So
Oh.
shout out Kyle for getting us some good supplies before we head north.
Yeah, I
oh,
don't think there's any question Huntsy tails will be thrown this weekend. But another bucktail I definitely am going to put into the roto is, and I've not used it yet this year, which is driving me nuts. But I got a couple new flamethrowers from Muskie Addicts
Mm.
with the
oh
triple
yeah.
blades, and I think those are going to crush, man. I am I'm super pumped to try those out, just because they make a bunch of noise and move a lot of water and
They they ride a little bit higher too.
ride
Like
higher.
really
And
easy to snake through whatever you need to get through.
so I'm pretty fired up to. Still need to kind of put them together and get some hooks on them and stuff. So that's on the to-do list Thursday night. I did, Brian. I left the door open for you for the 1-1 if you want it. But I feel like I'm gonna get it on the way back, just the way you're looking at me right now. So
I mean, he's got
I
two
don't.
in a row here, so let's see what he can
Oh
do.
wow.
I mean, you can't mess this up,
Well,
dog. You
I'll
can't mess this up.
I'll keep it going with the bucktail for my first round pick. And based off what I've seen in videos and on the satellite imagery, the water is very stained and dirty and maybe a foot or two of clarity at most. I do think the electric bunny pink marabou is going to glow in this water. It's going to get a shot. It's going to get thrown. And I am excited because I feel like I haven't had a confident blade bite in a long time. Like if I'm clipping on blades last couple of years, it's kind of like it just doesn't feel right. So I'm hoping to get some confidence going. Just the
You
old
got double nines basically is your
double nines. Yeah.
that's your 1-1.
One
All right, what are you
one.
coming back around with? What do we? I
I'm
mean, you
gonna mix it
gotta.
up here. I know this is not what
Oh
was on
no.
your, but after hearing how popular topwater is up there and thinking about how can I mix it up, and maybe you don't need to mix it up in Canada, but I am excited, and you guys are gonna hate me.
Oh, Lord
I
have
gotta
mercy.
throw the larger globe back in the box and
Dog.
give him a new prop bait sound. Just
I mean,
gotta see if it.
if you wanted to run the ball, you could have just said CBJ. But you're trying this like trick play out there, and
I need to add
it's
earbuds to
catchy.
my shopping list.
Yeah, earmuffs.
Yeah.
We loves hell. Max, I have a pretty solid feeling. I know what you're gonna pick here coming back, and just take it, big dog.
Shocker, it's still on the board. It's probably a 1-1 type bait for this type of fishing. I probably will throw it. I mean, depending obviously if it's not getting chewed this weekend, I have a good hunch that it will be getting some fish to to get moving on, but it's going to be the wood tick. And
Mm.
There it is.
it's just the ultimate shallow water weed rock type bait. Dirty water. I mean, it works great in clear water. That's been proven with these Leech Lake fish, but I don't know, just something about it in the dirty water up there. I'm really, really fired up to throw it. I think it's gonna wreak some havoc on these fish, and I'm pumped. I'm excited to throw that one.
It's a
And
good
all. I think
pick.
I'm gonna try all of them. Like I think we got the biggest one to this, down to the sevens. So I think I'm gonna try all different shapes, sizes, and colors of the wood ticks we have.
Hell yeah. I got an all black 11 that's just ready to roll. So I think
Yeah,
that's the big one, right? Yeah.
yeah, probably we'll use that more towards the night and slow it down a little bit and probably burn the sevens during the day and or the nines during the day as well and see which one they like the best.
All right. So, I since I'm gonna be in the back of the boat, pretty much the whole time, I think I'm gonna have one or two or both of you guys run the boat a few times. Once we know and
Mm.
learn the spot, so we don't just drive that boy right up onto the rocks. Yeah, I'm pointing at you, Brian. That guy?
I'll drive the boat. Yeah,
Do you know how to use a trolling motor?
yeah, I do.
Uh, my next one, I gotta switch it up. But this is August. Dirty water. One of my killers from the back of the boat is pumping in, swimming in a beaver.
No!
And
Fuck.
mod it up
Should have taken it.
however
Ah,
you like. You
Brian,
had two in a
nobody was
row.
taking the electric bunny and no one was taking the
Nobody's
globe. You
taking the
could have
globe.
gotten those on the third and fourth,
I thought I
the
was gonna
third
have a
and fourth
steal in the
picks.
third.
That's
Golly.
crazy. That's crazy. So I got the beaver bait. I got I mean, I'll just be throwing the regular or the XL. You can rip that tail off and throw a blade in the back.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. You can do all sorts of things. Pull pause it, swim it in. So I'm digging that out of the back. I'm trying to think. I had it. It's got to be. I might be still on one of Brian's, but coming back the other way, I gotta take a spinner bait to also
Mm,
switch it up. And specifically, it's gonna be the Big O's because yeah,
thing
she's
just
back in
catching big
action up
fish.
here. Yeah, she's been catching some fish up north here. Just today we had just a blazing hot fish on off moon, flat, calm, hot, sunny conditions. So when they do something like that to a bait, they really want it. And yeah, that's going to be my third pick. So now we're going back to what, Max now here?
Yeah.
Middle
And
of the
funny
draft.
enough, Gus, if you weren't going to take spinner bait, I was actually just going to pass on it as well, just to give a layup to our buddy Brian over there, who's clearly struggling a little bit.
Desperately needing something.
Desperately needing a top tier bait
Yeah.
type
Or
choice here.
reliable of sorts.
I don't know if any of them are going to get back to him, but I am going to take a bait on a setup that I am 100% copying a friend of mine who has taught me and showed me this trick. I'm not going to kind of say who it is. I don't want to blow up their thing. But I'll say what it is, and what I'm pairing it with. So it's going to be a reg double dog. And I'm going to pair that with a 9 foot extra heavy rod and a 500 Tranks, which may seem very overpowering for a regular double bulldog. But when you're working it through these weeds and able to keep it up over the weed tops, you're not ever really blowing it out of the water per se, but you're keeping that thing pretty much barely subsurface and you're ripping it, kind of in these pockets. So I'm definitely going to be throwing the old double dog. It gives a nice hang. You can keep it super shallow in the weeds. You can actually kind of give it like a little half a second pause and give them some time to eat it. Um, it's worked for me in the past and similar type fishing, similar type stuff. So I got a lot of confidence in that method, and I'm excited to try that out up there. I don't know how many, rubber baits get ripped through those shallow weeds up there.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, that kind of left me with one direction to go. Not that I was going to take the double dog, but couple things going through my mind. I'd like to be able to take a dive and rise confidently, but with this
Mm,
water clarity, I want something a little bit more aggressive, maybe a little bit more sound to it. And I just feel like the more well-rounded player, sort of the Swiss Army knife off the bench, would just be a black, all black, which I think the silhouette in this watercolor would be good, Mag Dog. Similar, like you said, Max, just popping
ooh,
it in and out of these weeds. Just kind of an all reliable player. He's not going to go wrong, right?
that's
You
that's a
kind of
I don't
big
fall
want you
bait to
back
be
to
onto
moving
it.
I
through
don't want you
that.
to wrench your back here, dude. Come on.
Well,
We
like,
need you
look,
for the whole week.
we got to figure out the bite, but a reg dog just feels, ever since going Vermilion, a reg dog feels
We're,
small.
we're in Canada. This is a lot of rubber we're talking here.
Yeah. I mean, granted,
The
this
more
is 7 days, so I'm not going to be ripping Mag Dog over top of weeds all 7 days. You got that
We're
right.
gonna we're Gus. We're gonna circle back next week and see if Brian's ripped any mag dogs.
Or can I say Mag Dog or Pitbull?
Sure.
Because
Yeah, yeah.
Pitbull
shallow,
fills a necessary gap in
Whatever you
the
want to say right now.
maybe
arsenal.
shallow Mag Dog, shallow pit bull. I mean, does it have to be skipping and hopping super
We'll
fast? I
see.
mean,
We'll
if it's
see.
dirty water, you don't want them chasing too hard like that. They might miss it when you're all
Yeah, no,
snappy with
I'll
it.
I'll death pause him. I ain't gotta worry about that. But
Okay.
yeah, we'll see. If my adrenaline's high and my back isn't cramping up, then I'll keep whipping it. But we're TBD there.
Okay, I have an all black Mag Dog. I'll throw it in the boat. Was not high on my list to throw in the
I've
boat,
got a
but
black pit bull, so that might be what I'm what I'm talking about.
are we snaking it back for pick four? Or we ending
Let's
it
do
there?
it. Let's
Because
do it. One more
Brian, come
round.
on,
One more round.
come back. I mean, you trick play after trick
Um,
play. I
I mean,
mean, are
I
you gonna
feel
run the
like
ball
there's
yet?
a couple of just. I
There's a
mean,
super obvious one
yeah, I'm
right
just trying
here,
to hit all my bases. Like I don't want to double up on the
dude.
same bait, but
You can because that's
it
what you're gonna throw a lot of.
yeah,
he got really close.
yeah.
I mean, there's one that
Um,
literally has your back-to-back PBs, so you should probably pick it.
I know. I mean, that's gonna be in the boat, and I thought about that. It's just such an easy answer.
I mean, we're looking
Uh,
for easy
I
answers here,
mean,
I
man.
don't. I
We're
don't
looking
want
for
to.
nobody's
things you're
picking your
actually going to
picks.
throw throughout the
Yeah.
week. No one wants
All
to
right,
hear
all
about you
right, all
ripping
right.
a
I
mag dog that
will.
you're never going to throw the whole week.
Pitbull.
This is it
No,
don't
I'll
matter.
go back. I'll just say it because it's an easy throw. It's a back saver, and I think it's gonna be a high producing bait. It will be I forget the actual model name, but the Flap Tail by Bomb Squad.
C4 MK65.
A C4. C4.
Go bit, go little, go little.
Yep.
Huh.
I'll have them all. I got a pile of those coming with and a couple MKs. So
Expect them to get effed up on some fish.
yeah,
Golly,
I
man.
like
I
it.
mean,
There you
it's
go.
just feel like you're leaving me too many options on the table. Uh, Kind of the benefit drafting next to you in this
Yeah,
snake draft here.
I guess so,
Pretty
yeah.
typical next to him in fantasy draft too. Max, what do you got for your
Mm.
final pick?
Yeah. I was really hoping he was gonna say like a dive and rise type bait because I do feel like that is gonna come into play.
If it
You know,
gets stagnant, it definitely will. Slow it down, let it sit there.
yeah, I'm kind of racking
I
my
mean,
brain right now on the Suics, the Navins, the
hammer,
stuff
hammer.
like that, the hammer jerks. Um, Man, I don't know. Now I'm struggling to. There is one
I
bait that I'm excited to
okay.
throw. I'm going back kind of the well. I'll stay away, Gus. I'll leave the dive and rise, the glides for you to decide, the cranks if you want to go that route. But there's a bucktail I did just buy at when I went to go get my goodie bags for you guys at Thorn. And that's the Ringer 8 by Muskie
Frenzy.
Frenzy.
Figure eight.
And
I haven't okay. I like
yeah,
that.
I haven't
Loud.
thrown one yet this year. I'm excited. The good old fashioned double eights, man, never really can go wrong. Um, I actually got it in a blue and silver pattern, which would not typically
Mm.
be the color I would go for this type of water. However, I was doing a little digging on YouTube the other night and did see somebody catch on Wabigoon a nice large 50 to 54-inch fish on a blue and silver bucktail. So
It's not bad.
Are we
shout,
talking?
shout out Skeezy. So yeah, I mean it's probably a little off the wall type color. But I think it's gonna do well for me here in Minnesota too. So it's kind of one of those baits I might have not gotten specifically for Wabigoon, but I'm excited to throw it. I've heard they're awesome. They put out a little different sound, so I'm looking forward to trying that one out.
I All right, so I mean, I'm not gonna pick a crank or a dive and rise specifically because I feel like if we're gonna go there, I'm gonna toss it off the back. I mean, Max pretty much just said what we're gonna use in dive and rise. Typically, cranks, we got a whole hodgepodge of them in the boat. So honestly, I don't know if I want to pick a single one of that, but I'm gonna do my final one as a run the ball. I literally said it right away. I'm gonna be throwing the CBJ probably quite a bit from the last
Mm.
spot. I feel like just the big presence. I got a couple of them and they plop hard. Might add a couple split rings, get them ticking. I'm excited to throw just a lot of top water, but that's kind of my run the ball final pick. I do have an honorable mention that's kind of more off the wall that I'm actually going to throw a couple in there that I have just kind of laying around. And that is a topwater buzz bait with single hooks.
Wow.
And that'll get around what if we're in some really nasty stuff, I got a feeling that could be pretty deadly. If like spinner baits aren't cutting it, or even other topwaters, the trebles are getting hung up on stuff. Um, that could be a play.
That's a
Damn.
sneaky, cool,
Yeah.
cool play.
Definitely gonna be curious to see what that looks like. Might be throwing that on before you. I don't know.
All right,
I
guys.
won't
I
tell you where it
think
is.
the moment we've all been waiting for, kind of a good old tradition we typically like to do on these big fishing weekends.
Oh,
Get
shit.
all excited. I'm
Okay.
putting the call into Vegas.
Here we go.
Phone is hot.
It's ringing. It's ringing.
It's ringing. Vegas, if you answer, can you hear me, Vegas? What is the total line of
Yeah, I
number of
got you.
fish? Number of fish that are caught throughout the 7 days. If you want to keep it to our boat, or if you want to go, we should shout out. We're heading up there with another boat. Our buddies Clayton, Jamie, and Josh. So if you want to keep it just at our boat, or if you want to do both boats for the entire 6.5 to 7 days of fishing, and then what will be the over under on the biggest muskie caught at camp this year? Cannot wait to
Wow.
revisit this next week when we go live from Bonny
I'm writing
Bay
this
as a
down.
check-in.
A
I'll health
check-in
check and
line
then
for Bonny
see if we
Bay.
Yeah, midweek.
smash the totals. Maybe we can reset the lines. If needed, we could adjust the lines, get some
Hmm.
live money bets coming in to see how we round out the week. And also, we will obviously be checking back in 2 weeks when we do our recap pod. So, Brian, Vegas total
Vegas.
number of fish. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do. Vegas seems to want to set the line for the full camp, right? Give us a communal goal to work after. Right now the line shifted a little bit back and forth, but it looks like it's gonna be stopping right around the 32 and a half.
For camp?
No, I'm just kidding. We're not, it's not
No,
32 and
no,
a
for
half.
camp. So that's
Per,
16. So that's
per
six,
camp, that'd be
What are we
six,
looking at here?
it's a lot.
16 fish in 7 days for each boat.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I guess that's that seems like a lot, but 32 and a half. We'll go with the line. 32 and a half.
Don't think the line has ever been this high before a fishing
It
trip.
sounds ridiculous.
Well,
We need some five fish days in there for sure to hit this over, but Vegas seems to think that might happen.
so is the line for our boat then 16 flat?
Yeah, 16 flat.
Okay.
Play for
Okay.
the push.
And put Clayton at 16 and a half because he's been to Canada a couple times.
Yeah, he's been around there
Yeah.
before, kinda.
Yeah.
Uh, so that'll be it. Should be pretty hittable for any of you bullish overbetters.
32 and a half. That's crazy.
I mean, six
That's
anglers. Where it's gonna come to where the under betters are gonna be celebrating is when they're like, "Oh fuck yeah!" They woke up and ran 45 minutes to Norwich, and like we're wasting time driving spots. That's where the under starts to creep in pretty quick. So you know, lines in the water is gonna be key for that.
I
But
love you're talking about this like the
live
viewers
stream,
got a live stream of us just
the
like
Truman
waking up,
Show.
getting out there. Yeah.
Yes, they woke up at 10. Yes.
Yes, thank God. I don't want to get up
Oh
that early
yeah.
either.
Um, and then the biggest fish, I mean, it's got to be 50 and a half. It's got to be a 50 line.
Okay.
Definitely, if we're gonna catch 32 of them, you gotta think one crosses that number. So 50.5 is where the
Some
line is set.
ambitious lines set by
Hold on,
Vegas.
wait. Yeah, 50.5. I don't want a 49 and three quarters, so 50.5.
I like
I
it.
So
like
that
it.
50 on the nuts is gonna sting for the overbetters on that one.
I'm sure it'll sting for them. They're gonna be
Yeah.
pissed. I got it
Use
written
So
that
down.
responsibly.
I got it written. I think this is the first time we actually wrote it down. I feel like every other time we're just like, wait, what did we say?
yeah, listen
It's
back.
like, did we get close? But no, that was all right. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did that. We've been chit-chatting about doing like lake breakdowns like this before, but probably would have been a dumb idea going like into a PMTT in case we accidentally just show like accidentally just a top tier spot
Yeah.
publicly. Probably wouldn't be great, but yeah, again, apologize if any of these randomly are super good spots. They could be all shit. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
We gotta go completely different.
I'm excited to kind of dive into where we're staying. I really don't know anything. So I'm excited to see
Clearly.
where we
Just
get where we
along for
get
the
bunked up.
ride.
Yeah, like I'm expecting to be thrown in the dog crate in the corner, but we'll keep you posted on the midweek live from pod, how everything's shaking out for us. It looks like a pretty cool compound online, so it doesn't look quite like the Canadian roughing it that some people do. And maybe Clayton hooked us up with this spot, so I trust his guidance. But it looks like maybe even internet around the lodge, which would be interesting. So
Internet?
we'll
Okay.
see. We'll see what she brings. There's a main lodge. It looks like maybe a little dining area. I don't know. I'm assuming you got to bring your own fish in there. Maybe not. All to be seen when we get boots on ground.
Yeah, I'm excited, boys. Couple days away.
It's close. Yeah, this pod comes out and it'll be a little over 24 hours and we out. We off on the road. Whew.
Probably be a good time now to lock in my fishing license, Canadian game license. I don't know. Max, have you done that?
That's on the to-do list this week.
Okay.
Yep, same here, same here. Yeah, otherwise it's packing, make sure the boat's all gassed up before we go, locked and loaded. I gotta go ditch. I still got some random baits in there that are kind of spring only, so I gotta do a little rearranging in the boat, go through the tackle box, just be like, nah to this, nah to that. So I'll be texting with you guys or whatever on that, like on baits that are on the brink of maybe, maybe not, on if you guys would throw it or not. So,
Well, I'll be up there to swap cars, get in with you for the drives. So I'm
right.
planning on maybe mixing it up a little bit. I'm sure there's gonna be a few critical baits that you forget, so I'll make sure to get an eye on it.
I'm sure. I'm
But
sure.
I
I
did
mean,
just
I'm
think
Sending my best man up there, Gus.
I got well here
like-minded.
Brian, you'll be excited when I say this. What I am gonna do, a big piece of this is I'm going to take a couple trolling boxes and just empty those things out and load it up with blades and top water. There's a
Hmm.
fist pump I'm looking for.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm,
baby.
I
that's
do think we
nice.
need a trolling box. You know, there might be a time where it's like, all right, let's eat lunch, but let's troll for an hour,
Yeah, I'll
something like
keep a
that.
couple big ones, a couple Jake's grandmas, couple of
Yeah,
the usual suspects. Yeah, that's staying in there,
yeah.
100%. But that's like one and a quarter boxes
So
rather than four.
I mentioned earlier I did start packing. I was mainly just throwing in kind of the outerwear and things to deal with the elements. But I was looking at the Bonny Bay website here, and there was a picture that scrolled through in their slideshow that triggered a memory of mine. One of my New Year's goals, New Year's resolutions, and you might have to remind me on the size, but I do have a goal of catching a fish on a fly of some variant, whether it's castable or fly fishing. This guy caught a big pike, which wouldn't count towards a goal on a fly rod. So
Dang.
might sneak it in the truck and then play by ear on wind conditions. And, I know you're bringing one or two spin rods if we're looking to screw around out there one day, but maybe whip the fly around and just see if these Canadian fish are as rabid as some people find.
There's a bunch of pike. I mean, they eat just about anything that crosses their face and pisses them off.
Well, I
So,
don't really want a pike, but yeah, hopefully a muskie
yeah,
ideally.
yeah. Ideally is yeah. I mean, shit, at your line, yeah. I mean, it's bound to happen if you if you
Do,
toss
do
the
we, do
fly
you
a few
remember the
times.
goal? Was it 35 and a half or 36 maybe? I'm
It
not
was
It's
quite
probably
sure.
longer.
just a 36 incher, to be
I
honest,
think
or
it was,
35.
yeah.
Yeah, for one on the fly to beat. So, I mean, it seems like
If we don't knock
Wabigoon
it out
is,
this week, I don't know when we will.
yeah, one of those lakes that's
Ain't
got kind of
happening.
got all sizes. Um, yeah, it ain't happening if it. I mean, unless you go on like a river trip in the fall with somebody randomly.
Yeah.
Like
Out on
I
the
don't know what
bay,
other
just hucking a
time.
fly.
Yeah, that ain't happening, dog.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah, not blindly.
All right, Max, let me
Um.
ask you this here. If we're on our way out, what are you most nervous
hmm
about with this Canadian trip? Gone for a week, travel, fishing a big lake, food. I mean, what's got you kind of worried or, maybe a little trepid?
It's what it always is when you go into these weeks, man. It's the weather.
Mm,
It's just
Oh,
it's
weather
the
talk.
constant unknown. You can look at the models, you can call your local weather guy, you can check in with buddies, see what they're seeing on their apps. But as we all know, things change quick. We're still probably it's Tuesday night. I mean, we're still a week out from the bulk of our trip, right? So like we're still probably not getting, super accurate weather.
right.
There's nothing crazy treacherous on the horizon, it looks like. I'm knocking on wood as I'm saying that, but yeah, I think you're always nervous about that. I mean, we've had this trip booked since March, and
Early. Yep.
um you wait all this time, so you just hope that, the weather gods. But it is what it is. We'll make the most of it. We'll
Yeah,
figure
we don't
out.
complain about weather anymore, do we?
No, we don't complain about weather
Yeah, I
anymore.
leave for 2 weeks and I listen back and Max is just bitching up a storm on weather. He's like, I think he said something like, he's like, you know what, I know, I said this, blah blah blah, but you're like, fuck the weather. So
Reed
Just
Timmer
trying.
got me in my feels, dude.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Reed Timmer did
crazy.
set us up for failure.
It
Good
has
thing
been
is,
absolutely wild.
No read timber in the forecast for Canada. I don't even know if Canada gets tornadoes.
What's got you
Probably.
apprehensive or nervous about the trip?
Probably just like an absolute disaster. Car breaks down in the middle of nowhere.
Dude,
Jesus,
stop.
dude.
Stop.
Boat breaks
Are
down on the far side of Norwich, and we got to
I'm
sleep on the
knocking
shore for the night.
I'm knocking
we
on
cut
so
this
many
part?
fucking I mean, he said it. It's not cut from my brain.
Probably driving a 10-hour drive through the wilderness of Canada in the
All right,
pitch
literally,
black.
All
yeah,
right, shut
just
up. I
yeah.
got my thing. It's pretty normal. It's like a
I
normal
guess what
thing
you
when you
got.
leave.
What you
You
got.
leave for a while. You just forget one simple thing that you totally should have gotten. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know, a simple
Mm.
item. You go up there and you're just like, really? Whether it's
Mm,
in the boat, um,
waders,
in the
boots.
duffel bag, dob kit. Yeah, something that, might just be a pain in the ass to go buy if you have to.
Gus is like, oh
One pair of
shit, I forgot my
underwear.
toothbrush, and Brian's is like, fucking all the wheels falling off the goddamn car.
Car blows up, middle of nowhere, 4 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bears everywhere.
Yeah. We get eaten.
Golly. They got clean water up in Canada, or we got to bring some water?
That's what I was
This is a
wondering
question
too.
for.
Not going to
That's what I'm
Mexico.
gonna ask everybody. Yeah, well, yeah, I know it's not Mexico where you got to be careful of even just the ice cubes. Uh,
Especially,
yeah, I
yeah,
don't
Gus,
know.
you should
Just
look into that. You got some bad beef with tap
I got
water in
bad
foreign
beef with
country.
bad tap water, which is crazy because I feel like I've had all kinds of tap water. Apparently, just Mexican tap water doesn't go
I
well, or
mean,
I got sun poisoning. It's something altogether.
Minnesota, we've just been
Food
dodging
poisoning.
stomach viruses left and right. Did you see there's one recently that came out about Chipotle's jalapenos?
Yeah. They don't have jalapenos.
Oh,
Qdoba, I think.
Nah, there it's in the corn, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just had that for
It's
lunch. What happened? What's supposed to happen to me?
terrible, terrible things, man.
lay off that for the rest of the
Some
week,
dark
dog.
days ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then we had
get that
a
out of you.
salad deal that was there's something that there was some stuff on cilantro or salad in the
Yeah.
stores. Then we just get it. It's like
We're not gonna get food poisoning in Canada. It can't happen. It's impossible. We should have done
Dude, you need to just shut the
like an over under list of things for the week, like over under showers for the camp, like 6 total.
just sweating and just
I'm curious, like
stinking.
how many times do we go into downtown Dryden? Like it's on the way in. Is it maybe once in the middle of the week, and then is that it? Are
they
we gonna
got
be
a damn
more?
Walmart there, so
It's a city. Like, are we more relying on that than we think? Like, we think we're going up into Amish and just living off the grid for a while, but I don't think it's quite that where we're going. So every other night do we pop downtown to get dinner? I don't know.
I highly doubt it.
Mingle with the locals, and Dryden people are really nice out here.
I cannot wait for that talk to already start. If we're like fishing up by town, Gus, what do you think about just heading into lunch real quick?
Right.
Oh my God.
The city dock right there.
Yeah.
Bring the sticks, get around to golfing. No, I won't do that.
I think we're gonna be fishing pretty hard. I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's the plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we will be for sure. I mean, we're gonna have to take some strategic breaks to keep us in the game. I don't know. Do Canadian fish? I feel like they kind of just eat whenever. Maybe it's moon related. I don't know. We're probably just gonna have to figure out our best windows. Hopefully early, talk it through a camp, see when like the most prominent windows are, and then just, strategically eat lunch accordingly, whether it's earlier or later, or, two lunches for Brian, make sure he double packs. And
Yeah.
we just don't want an opener scenario where you're taking your last bite of your final drop of food at 8:30 a.m. For the entire day. So none
Yeah,
of that.
I don't know
We
what
want to avoid
happens
that.
on the boat, but I just rip through food and I just like never get full. So I'm gonna be having a big Walmart haul, I
No
think.
quick trips up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Swing by Walmart in the morning, get breakfast.
No.
Yeah, we'll plan
Yeah.
accordingly. We'll load the cabin up, bring a bunch of coolers. Good
So
to go.
little shout out
Fellas,
randomly
what do you think? Should
off.
we
Yo, hello. Um,
Yep. Yep.
sorry, a little off subject here. What I want before we head out, a little shout out. A video just dropped. I was featured in it. Smith's Fishing Outdoors, fishing Eagle River, Wisconsin with Gus Manty. That just dropped four
Ooh.
hours ago.
How long is it?
17 minutes of some
Ooh.
solid musky content. So had a
Damn.
good time with Jason and Fisher out there ripping some rubber, doing some things, getting some muskies and musky bites and whatever. So just wanted to give a shout out there as we're kind of wrapping up the pod. Sorry
I'm
to cut you
gonna,
off,
yeah,
Max.
I'm gonna slip into bed and probably turn that on.
There you go. For sure. So
Also, go ahead.
no. Go.
Curious if you are ready to put your fist down. Is that the saying? And say that
Sure.
we are going to be filming the Canadian adventures and a
Oh
potential
yeah.
film looming over the winter.
Mm.
Yeah. It's gonna be a
Get it on
well,
record, Brian. Get it on
Seven
record.
days? This gonna be like a three-part series?
I was just about to
33
say
fish?
the amount of the amount of parts is probably dictated on muskie activity and action
Yeah.
and catches and whatnot. But there will
I think
be
it's
video or
16 fish.
videos of this, and I'm excited to do. That's another thing that it seems like when you're doing this style of fishing, maybe a lot of like picking apart casts. I mean, we'll see like what kind of action you get further back in the boat or whatever, but I'm gonna have that big camera in hand trying to do some things and get some good footage, run extra SD cards, run the big camera, try to get some high quality footage of muskies, like maybe there's a muskie in the area that we're going back on. It's big. Run an extra camera, looking right here, there. Um, so yeah, trying to dial something up. The old Muskies on Tap YouTube page has got some cool things in the works video wise. Now that we kind of have dipped our toes in a little bit more the last 2 years of running a couple videos. I had a blast editing up that Bender weekend video. I mean, to be honest, of anything that we've done, I mean, we had great muskie action and we had just had good footage. We actually filmed, segments and like transitions and so it kind of felt good to do that and I think we could do a style like this. So, I think the style is going to be different than your traditional Canadian fishing. Not that there's anything, I mean, I love ripping Canadian videos where you watch people's adventures up there. Like it's really cool. Um, but I think the style that we're gonna try and produce is a little different than like a 1 day per video. Uh, just maybe I don't know. I don't really know yet. I mean, we got all sorts of ideas and cool editing ideas, dope songs to us just buzzing around the lake and hopefully getting some
Maybe it'll
muskies.
be 30 minutes of B-roll with cool songs. Who knows?
Can't
Stay
wait.
tuned.
That'll be an easy one to edit then.
Yeah.
Truly,
I
nobody
hope it's
knows.
tough.
It's just like
Did
opens
they
up big
catch?
Wabigoon 2026 and then it's just B-roll, no
30
fish.
minutes of B-roll. Nobody knows when it's going to happen. It just never happens.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man.
good.
All right. Well, next time we chat, we'll be filming it next, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday. I guess our action fish level will dictate when we film, but out next Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna if we got all the Wi-Fi and everything, then assuming in advance that the pod will still drop on Thursday, barring all things go well with service and internet and everything. So
Car
just in
doesn't
case it
blow up.
doesn't, yeah, just in case like the internet, apparently Brian's like, yeah, what if we get there and the internet just blown up? Like that would suck.
I was
According to
half
Brian.
expecting no internet, so I wasn't even sure, like no service off the grid. I don't know, but it sounds like we will have internet.
We will be good. All right. All right, fellas. I mean, it was good to be back on the pod with you guys. It felt good to maybe take that 1 week off just to just focus on fishing. Still had to edit up you two fellas talking about whatever you're talking about that first week. AI robots, that was an interesting discussion.
Yeah, those are much
Just
needed.
Things that needed to be talked about.
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, we kind of just needed that one in there, just smack dab in the summer. Perfect for people to listen to right as they're going up for a weekend of fishing. Probably got a
Yeah.
lot of information out of that one. But either way, it's good to be back. It was kind of unforeseen on that second week missing. That just the timing and the trips, nothing. It just didn't add up. And we did not want to record at midnight. So
Hmm.
here we are, back at it, going to the goon, and we're gonna catch everybody on the flippity flip. I don't know if you guys got anything else to add, but little
Fired up.
outro, Brian. Come on out.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Muskies on Tap. We are fired up to get up north into Canada for the first time ever. Check out the beautiful wilderness out there and hope to God that we don't have any car issues or any troubles getting to home base all through the night. Friday night going into Saturday. 33 fish is the number we're going after. Get your bets in now. Our boat alone, I think we're gonna hit the big fish in alone on our boat. I think the lucky winner for the big fish is gonna be Max showing up to Canada for the first time and sticking a 52 and having to pay to get it mounted. Can't wait to see what goes down.
this-
We will catch
Brian? Is this your first time to Canada ever?
Yeah. In all
Wow,
years?
first
Oh, no,
time
it's
in
not.
Colorado last week, first
Yeah.
time in Canada this
I'm knocking
next
shit
week.
off the list.
Dude.
It's crazy.
Hell
Did
yeah.
you go to the mountains of Canada or
Oh,
Colorado?
right. I saw them from a distance. Very hazy. They look big, though. Very big mountains out there in Colorado. All right, all peace.
All right, peace.